Right, we're after the game with the head coach, Ryan Gordon. How do you think the match went? You win 1-0? What did you see?
Result good, 1-0, we're through to the next round. Could have been a better performance. We've performed so much better over the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I take the result back to the training ground straight away. Just to work on different components of the game, in possession, out of possession. But I'm pleased with the result. We was missing 4 or 5 players today, and obviously that showed in the performance. But I'm really pleased. We got the result. We're in the hat for the next round.
I noticed you making a little bit of a tactical change when you switched your right back to the right wing.
Yes.
You saw number 2 have a bit of more energy. What was the thought behind that?
Because I looked at the pace of our right back, and he probably could exploit the space in behind their left back, and the right winger, he's probably better with the game in front of him, so he was able to get up to the ball and press their right field, and that kind of nullified that threat, and then we started to get behind on the right hand side, so I was quite pleased. I saw that early.
What did you think about playing the long ball? Well, you said multiple times that's not your style, but was it the struggle with the boys finding space? Was that what it is, do you think?
I think that I like a long pass. I don't mind a long pass, but when you're playing into areas that really there's no players into, we're not making the right decisions and we're not thinking about the quality of ball that we're playing into the space behind, then that becomes a little bit frustrating, because that means we're not thinking, and then we're getting caught out of shape. And for me, I've got to think about getting the boys back on the training pitch and getting them to really understand how to really think about where they play the long passes, where the runs are going to be. If a player comes in short, then the other one makes the runs in behind, and the second player in the second phase didn't make the run in behind. So areas for us to work on.
Did you see any sort of change in your team's game when you brought the subs on?
Yeah, I think Thomas coming on, he's probably a bit more dynamic going forward. So they and the boys know that, and you can see the game changed. They was getting a little bit of joy in the last 5 minutes because they're chasing the game. We've beaten them twice this year. They're obviously trying to reverse that. So for me, it's really just about understanding when they're going to tire. And look at a lot of their players, they're a little bit gutted, they're sitting down around, So for me, it's just about exploiting that space behind. Thomas came on and done that straight away. And, we got the result in the end. We pushed them back, and then we got the 1 in the last 5 minutes.
Just to finish off, you asked your boys how would they rate their performance. What do you rate the team's performance? Out of 10, what do you rate it?
For me, out of 10, performance before the result. For me, I'll give it a 4, 3, 4. I would. I wasn't happy. I'm not happy with it today. But look, we won the game, so I'll give it 10 out of 10 for winning the game, and we're into the next round. But it means we got to go back, and it's a new team. It's a new team. This is the first year they've really played together, and they set themselves high standards. And myself and Sunil was having a conversation. And what do you think, Sunil?
I think they showed a lot of character. A completely different type of Essex team that we saw last Wednesday. So I think for them to deal with that on the pitch in the moment shows a lot of game intelligence. They weren't as good as last week performance-wise, but I think games like this show a lot of character. And I can't wait to... I was thinking, I'm the data analyst and I'm going to be doing the GPS tracking with these lot. I wish I had them tracked today and last week to compare the differences between the two games. But I think, great character. Today's all about character, and it was a proper cut match. Yeah. You could tell the other side were up for it too. They're a little bit different, but great result. Next round.
So I'm here with Jaiden Odle, straight after the game. 1-0 result today, through to the next round. What are your thoughts on the game? How do you think it went?
I feel like we started off a bit poor for our standards, but I feel like by the end of the match we picked it up, got our standards back, came into the game, took the win.
We noticed early as well when you were getting on the throw-ins, you've got a hell of a giant throw on you. Is that something that you implement into the tactics? It's sort of like a secondary corner for us?
Yeah, so I feel like we use it as a secondary corner, use it to put them on their back foot, because when we throw it in, they can't really do much about it.
We noticed that the aerial duels, you were absolutely dominating them throughout the course of the game. You saw that off the goals that you scored, whereas the header went in, hit the bar, and then it was followed up. Just wanted to talk to you about the tactical change your coach made in the first half. You had a small little burst, you won the ball,
Yeah.
and then you bombed forward, and then you swapped from right back to right wing. Do you think that allowed you to get into the game a bit more
Yeah, I feel like
offensively?
that allowed me to kind of take control a little bit more. Kind of not put my team on my back, but help them through the thirds, help them through from the defence to the midfield to the strikers.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a good change to make.
And last thing with that, as the final whistle went, and now you're through to the next round, how far do you think you can actually go in this competition?
I feel like we can win it. If we pick up the performances, I feel like we can win it, go all the way to the end.
Lad, thank you. Nice one, mate.
Jonathan, how do you think today's game went today?
I think we made the game harder for us in the first half. Personally, on my performance, I think I didn't start quick, so I was trying to get into the game. But second half, it was completely different. I think I was in the game. The boys were motivated. We was attacking more, and that's when we got the result.
Do you think that's due to this being a new team and it's hard to kind of gel as well?
To be fair, we played them 3 times now, and it's the third. The team is completely different this time. So the first team that we played against, we beat them 1-0, different team. Second one, different team, and then look, this third one's a completely different team, and we've just had to adapt it.
Yeah.
This team was more quick, so they were getting the ball and passing it. When we was getting the ball, they were pressing on us.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So based on this result, how do you feel like you guys can adapt for your next game?
I think we're just going to take the positives out of it, work on obviously the negatives. I think the negative side of things is getting into the game much quicker, not adapting to their style of play, because that's what we've done. We adapted to their style of play, which messed us up completely in the first half.
Well, also another question. We noticed that you guys were doing on long balls a lot, even though coach asked you not to. So why do you think that's the case?
I think we're missing a player that plays 8. We're missing 4 players actually. One of them plays with Frankie in the middle, who he likes to get the ball. When we was getting the ball from the back, the only option I could see is going long.
Yeah.
And I've been always told, go with the first ball you see. Because the times I wasn't doing that, their striker was coming pressing me, and it was all like just jumbled up into my feet, which makes me look. That's when I said it made me look bad in the first half. But yeah, the long balls had to be done, because I'd rather lose it down there than lose it in my own half.